Hey YouTubers, Muskrat Jim here. And just before Christmas I bought myself a Christmas present. It's a knife I've been looking at for a while. Actually, a friend of mine down in Pennsylvania, his name is Mike Rochetti, and he does a lot of reviews about Bark River knives. And he's been at it now for 2 years, I think, just reviewing one knife after another knife after another knife. Different size ones, all the way down from neck knives all the way up to great big, almost like a machete or whatever, all from Bark River. And after watching his videos for so long, I felt that I really wanted to get one myself. Now, they're not inexpensive by any means. It's the most expensive knife I've ever bought, but it's beautiful. This is the Bark River Adventurer 2. On the other side it says first production run. It's got a beautiful wood handle. The finish is impeccable, really smooth. Can't even feel the rivets. It's got a nice lanyard hole there. So anyway, I bought it for a bunch of reasons. One, I like the size. It fits my hand rather well, no matter which way I try to grab it. Two, I really like the name, Adventurer. Well, it's the Adventurer 2. The original one, the Adventurer, is just a neck knife, so it's about an inch shorter than this. About 2 centimeters shorter. The blade is shorter and the handle's a little bit shorter. But I like the size of this one. Now the handle is made from coco bolo. It's, I believe it's an African exotic wood. I chose this because of the dark grains in the wood handle. Now a couple of features about this blade is this choil right here. It fits well with your index finger in there, which basically extends the length of the usable handle. Like if you grab the handle down at here, there's not a whole lot left for your pinky to hold on to. But if you grab it up tight there, well, with a hand my size, the butt of the handle sticks out the back. So I really like that choil, really big one. Another thing I really like are these two grooves here. They're called fuller grooves on both sides. It gives the blade more of a personality, I find. I don't really like my bushcraft knives to look like kitchen knives, so they have to have some sort of, I don't know, they have to look more robust than a steak knife, for example, and, they just, I don't know, I guess it's just a personal preference or something. I just like them to have a bit of a personality, I guess. Now it features some nice jimping on the spine. So it's a good place to rest your thumb, and you get good traction there. And there's multiple ways to hold this knife as well. Like you can hold it in your basic grip like this, with your index finger on the choil, or you can hold it with your thumb forward. Now the other thing about the handle is that there's two little divots here on either side. I don't know if it's picking up on the camera or not. But anyway, it's a good place to put your thumb on one, your index finger on another, and then it gives you good traction if you're going to be, I don't know, drilling a hole into a piece of wood like that or something, right? And you can also grab it up quite close. Grab the blade itself close like this, with your finger along the spine, if you were going to be dressing game. Yeah, I really like this knife. The spine is rather thick, and its full tang, of course, goes all the way to the base. And it's full tang, like it's not a hollow tang either, because it's got the rivets right in the middle, so you know that it's solid steel back there as well. Now, talking about steel, this is made from CPM 20 CV stainless steel. Now, I'm not a steel expert, but anyway, this stainless is supposed to withstand, well, stains obviously, because it's got a high level of chrome in it, and it also maintains an edge longer. It's harder to sharpen, but with a bark river knife, as long as you don't beat the crap out of it, you shouldn't need to sharpen it. All you need to do is just strop it after you use it, just to keep the blade clean. Yeah, I really like this knife. I really like the shape. You know, it's got all the curves and everything on it. Yeah, it's rather nice. Oh, and the base of the handle right here, the wood is actually thicker. I don't know if you can see that, but it's thicker down here, thinner in the middle, and then a little bit thicker up at the top. So it fits in your hand really comfortably. Yeah, that's a beauty. Now, I'm not 100% fond of the sheath. I'm kind of fussy when it comes to sheaths and knives. Anyway, the sheath, stand up here for a sec. Now the sheath is designed to be sort of like a neck knife. So it can be worn as a neck knife, so you'd put cordage or a chain through these two hollow rivets, and then you'd wear it upside down. Now this one can be also worn on a belt, because it's got a belt loop here, but the thing is that you wouldn't be able to get a really wide belt in there, and the knife would ride really high. So what I'm going to do, or what I've done already, is I've put a ring through the belt loop, and then a piece of black paracord around my belt up here. So it acts as a dangler, but I'm going to get a leather dangler just so that it doesn't flop around too much. But yeah, I like to carry my knives so that the butt of the knife is at the same level as the top of my belt. Any higher, and it can get uncomfortable. Like if you sit or whatever, it can dig into you. So yeah, that's how I like to carry my knife. Now another feature about the sheath is that it's got a magnet inside it. See that? So that helps keep the knife where it should be. Now you have to make sure that you don't just leave the knife in like that, because it could fall out accidentally. And a $200 knife, you don't want to lose it. So anyway, you'd have to push it in to about that point, just to make sure that it's secure. I've also put orange paracord on mine, because if it ever falls out, I want to be able to find it. I lost a knife before when I was about 16, and it was in the winter, and it slipped off my belt into the snow, and I never found it again. But anyway, this one I intend to keep. Now the grind on this knife, and I think on all Bark River knives, is convex, and I think that as far as making feather sticks goes, a convex grind wants to take off more wood than, say, a Scandi. So I think a Scandi knife would probably make better feather sticks. But as you can see, I can make a lot of fine feathers, fairly fine feathers with this. And I'm not a pro at making feather sticks by any stretch of the imagination. But you can get some thin slivers. I'll put the specs as far as the length of the blade, the thickness of the blade, that sort of stuff down in the description below in case you're interested. But anyway, this isn't really a knife review, it's just letting you know that I bought myself a new knife, and I'm rather quite pleased with it. Like I said before, the only drawback as far as I'm concerned is just the design of the sheath. I prefer a dangler, and or at least one that hangs lower, and so I'm going to get that fixed up, and yeah, so I'm rather pleased with the knife. Bark River knives are supposed to last you a lifetime as long as you don't lose them, and apparently you can send them back to the manufacturer and they'll give them a spa treatment, so they'll polish them up, sharpen them up for you, and that sort of thing. And I believe the spa treatment is free. You just pay shipping both ways. So until next time, this is Muskrat Jim, wishing y'all a happy and peaceful 2017. For more muskrat survival videos, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.